Hi, welcome to the Pursuit of Truth. I know I haven't done one of these in a long time, but I thought I'd do one now because there was two things that interested me that I wanted to talk about. The first was the American election. What interested me there is, and it's the same here, and it seems to be the same around the world, is why is it all the people that are put forward to stand for premiership are all over the age of 50 or 60? I mean, when you look at America, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, um, what's the other one? Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, they're all, they must all be over 60. And you've got all these people, it's quite funny, I thought, all these people behind them when they're doing their speeches, all these kids, young people jumping up and down. I don't know, if you gave them the choice of who to pick, would they pick someone that old? And I'm not saying I'm not trying to be ageist or anything. It just interests me why. I mean, is it because of this idea of that they believe that they'd be wise? But my problem is with that is that's keeping the old guard. It's keeping the old system alive by picking the older generation who want to keep that system, whereas the more younger generation may want or may feel that they're able to change things, that they don't have to keep on doing the same thing over and over again, just because that's the way the forefathers did it. So, but it's just interesting why it always seems to be that way. I'm sure it's the illusion of that someone who's older is wise, but I don't know. It just seems to me that that idea is that people will be stuck in their ways, and they're just going to, keep what was before, and also they don't have the incentive to change things because they're already near the end of their lives, and they may already have a house, already have family, already have children, already have the luxuries and not suffering anymore. It's also the way that also these people are always rich, like Donald Trump, like Michael Bloomberg. They're millionaires, billionaires. Where's the ordinary person in the street? Wouldn't the best prime minister maybe be someone who's actually working, or working class, or is a tramp? To use that old-fashioned term, I don't know what the proper term I should be using now, but you know what I'm trying to say is they would have the incentive to want to make the changes for society, because they feel the pain, they feel what it's like not to have. And I feel that's lost when the people that are put forward, the people jumping up behind them wouldn't ask them to arrange their birthday parties. So why are they asking them or allowing them to run their lives and countries? But yeah, it just interested me that and I've seen it many times. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I just thought that was an interesting point. The other thing is obviously the topic of the day, COVID-19, the Wuhan novel coronavirus. And the thing that interested me is the fear aspect of it, the way it's dominating our lives. If you turn on any television set, any news channel, you'll see dedicated programs twice a day. All the facts, the figures, the numbers, the stats, the chief medical advisors, presidents, prime ministers, all talking about this subject, and the media fueling fear. And what interests me is that aspect of it. I mean, I know I feel now more afraid of this, of catching this virus. I know I still have my cough. It's not so bad. It seems to be going, but yeah, you fear this idea of that you could catch it, and are you going to die from catching this? Imagine if your life is ended by a cold, a flu. But then when I was going through, I was just looking up on the Office of National Statistics, the people who do the statistics in the UK, the amount of deaths, and I've got the figures here for the 21st of February 20, I assume that's week ending. Yeah, week ending. The amount of deaths in that 1 week from the 14th to the 21st of February, so that the week ending of the 21st, 10,841 UK citizens died. Of according to this, total deaths, all ages, 10,841. Now then it says total deaths action and correspondence week over the previous 5 years. It says 11,548. I don't know if that statistic is trying to suggest that it's gone down a bit. So it's a death by underlying causes, all respiratory diseases, ICD-10 J00J99. Actually, it doesn't have a figure for that, but for the previous week, the weekend of 14th, is 1,580. So 1,580 people in a week died of respiratory diseases. Now, when you go to the persons, I won't do male and female, but when you go to persons, death by age group under 1 year old in the week ending 21st February 20, 51 under 1 year olds died. 0 to 14 year age, 18 died. 15 to 44 age, 321 died. 45 to 64 age, 1,271 died. Am I reading right? 65 to 74, 1,744 people died. Between the ages of 75 and 84, 3,032 people died. And over the age of 85 plus, 4,404 people died. Now that's not reported. It shocked me. I didn't know that in the UK, 10,000 people die in a week, at least, because if you looking back from January, the 3rd of January 2020, 12,554 were recorded as England and Wales dying. So imagine 10,000 people die every week. Now, I tried to find the causes of these deaths by week, but I couldn't find. All I could find was a yearly figure, and it breaks it down to flu and pneumonia per year, and then cancer and heart disease and things like that, and they're in their thousands. I mean, it's just amazing. Then none of this is reported. If you think about it, 10,000 people died. Well, let's say last week, and now obviously with the coronavirus in the UK, the first UK death on British soil, if you count British citizens. There's 2 British citizens because one died in Japan on that cruise ship. Well, in hospital, but they got it from the cruise ship. So 2 people died of coronavirus, COVID-19, and then the other 10,000 people died of other things which were not reported on television. So that's what interested me. In cold hard stats, you're more likely to die of all these other things than COVID-19, but your perception is not of that. So that just goes to show how powerful people of influence, like politicians and the media, newspapers, magazines, radio, podcasts, YouTube, whatever medium you use to get this information that everyone tunes into all the time, has made you have a perception and a fear. Now that just, the reason why it interests me is it just shows you the power of something that is, it's 1% death rate. Flu and pneumonia kills more of the same people that will die of COVID-19 or have died of COVID-19 in a greater scale. But we're not getting those figures told to us every week. I mean, if they actually, it'd be interesting, no one will ever do it, but if they put COVID-19 and then told you also how many people died a week of all the different other things that you could get, obviously you can't include cancer and heart because that depends on your underlying causes and your health and all that kind of thing. But if you pick things like a flu, that could kill you the same way as COVID-19 could kill you. It's more likely going to kill someone who's over the age of 60. It's more likely to affect people with medical conditions, especially respiratory or hypertension. So that they match. If they put those just 2, and then, everyone would be more scared of pneumonia or flu, seasonal flu, because that's killing a lot more people than COVID-19 in the United Kingdom and worldwide. Even TB is killing more people worldwide than COVID-19. So, but if they talked about it on the media and the politicians and the presidents and prime ministers and premiers, then everyone would be worried about these things. So it just shows you how your view of life, of your existence, can be easily warped by the media, by people of influence. Now imagine everything else that you think you know, and everything that you fear of, and every way, all that information that you've got from these people of influences and the media that have shaped your life, your existence, your way of looking at things. What else is being distorted? And it's being done, it's not being done in a malicious way, it's not being done in a conspiratorial way. The media always likes to jump on these things. We know that, we all know how the media acts. When Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, gave his speech about COVID-19, the media jumped on all the scarier aspects, and they were the questions they wanted to talk about, so that you at home would fear those things, and you'd want to tune in next week to see how many other people have got it. It's just amazing, isn't it? This power of lies, damn lies, and statistics. They're doing it in a gentle way, in a professional way. You wouldn't think that they would distorting or causing fear, or because they're trying to protect you. But look at the actual facts. If they put all these numbers in front of you, that would actually give you a proper picture of whether you really need to fear this or not. But they won't do that, because they want you to fear. Why do they want you to fear? Why do the media? Why are they so invested? Is it a human trait that we love this idea of fear and thrill as well? There is a part of that. It makes a good story, I guess. But what about politicians and governments? Interesting. I mean, I know, obviously, like in Italy, it's killing lots of people and they have to close down schools and cinemas and things, because duty of government is to protect people as much as possible. But the fact is that it's only going to be certain people that are most likely to die of this, and those are people with underlying conditions and high age range, like seasonal flu, which has so far killed more people than COVID-19. But yeah, anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Something to think about. Take care, take it easy, God bless, and peace.